Hi guys, my name is Ro. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to react to volume 3 of the light novels of 86. Remember to keep this space as spoiler free as possible. And thank you guys for supporting me in the past 2 videos. And I really do hope you guys enjoy this one. I think we need to talk about some upgrades. First of all, we have a new mic. My sister gave it to me a while ago and decided to use it today. I think that's it, so let's go straight to the reaction. Subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't done it yet, and yeah, let's start. No way, we're actually having Eugene's little sister POV. 6-year-old Nina Rand raised her head at the sound of a car pulling over in front of her house. Okay, it was one of the Confederacy government's official vehicles. Ooh. Oh wait, are they going to tell her that, his brother died? Nina came closer and tried to call out to her aunt, but froze when she noticed something weird about how she was acting. Oh, so she's receiving the news that Eugene died. Okay, there you go. At that moment, the TV news coverage, which showed footage from the Western Front, suddenly filled with a blinding flash and a deafening roar. Oh! Let me locate myself within the timeline. Eugene already died, so they came to say, hey, like officially Eugene is dead. Maybe because they were waiting to recover the bodies from the battlefield to have like a confirmation of his death. The TV show a blinding flash and a deafening roar, which is basically when the railgun attacked. Oh, okay. So we're back to Shin's POV after the huge explosion. Okay, Shin is explaining. There's like broken glass everywhere. He's bleeding on the left temple. And when Frederica, tries to stand up to see the damage, Shin just basically embraces her head with his arm and says to her, don't look, to block her vision. The destruction was absolute. Oh no. Frederica, go back to your room and don't look outside. Frederica suddenly looked up at him, her eyes wavering as she appeared to be on the verge of tears. No.
You're not going to become like that, are you? Like Kitty?
Of course not. I don't want to become a legion. Okay, so the president, Ernest, is saying that they will name this weapon, the railgun type, the Morpho. So that will be the new name from now on. The important people from the Confederacy are in a National Defense Council's meeting. 20,000 people died. Is there any legion stronger than the Morpho? My heart fills with so much joy that there's someone, an adult, that actually cares for them and wants to protect them, to guide them, and I'm very happy that Ernest is that person. Okay, so now they're introducing the prince of the United Kingdom of Roa Gracia, and his name is ᴏᴛᴇʀ. Oh, so they're actually surprised the crown prince is actually talking to them instead of his younger brother, who commanded the southern front where the United Kingdom fought against the Legion. Okay, so he has a brother as well. Where's my notebook? You guys are going to enjoy this. I just know it. Okay, so there's also a thin elderly woman that she's from the Alliance of Wald, and her name is Lieutenant Belle Aegis. In this volume, they're slowly giving me names of the other countries because I'm assuming that maybe we could explore them at some point. I think that would be great. I don't think they like each other so much. Imagine like a betrayal trope between those two countries. Ernest, who sat between the two, smiled. They're like, do you want information? Maybe you should give me your information as well. Let's do an exchange, shall we? I love this. Judging from its movement speed and firing positions, we presume the Morpho is a railway gun that uses the old high-speed railway tracks to move yes. Everyone's nervous because they saw the morpho and it's huge and they're like, oh shit. They're calculating that the morpho is going to attack again in 8 weeks. So they have that time to actually come up with a plan to destroy it. We have no way of effectively dealing with this high-speed long-distance bombardment. They did such a dramatic pause and then added, so yeah, there's no way we can defeat this. We're so fucked. Doing an airstrike attack to the morpho, it's basically impossible because the morpho actually, intercepts that and blocks all the attacks. Maybe that's why they're going to conclude to do an ground strike to the morpho. Okay, so our only choice is to eliminate the morpho in a direct confrontation with our ground forces. Whichever unit we send to handle the morpho's elimination is a unit we will essentially be sacrificing. The ones who will not be missed. The ones we will least regret losing. Don't get angry, bro. Do not get angry. I am going to spring into the sky. Oh my god. I don't know how I'm going to survive this volume. I really don't. Oh no. We are having a ⴑPOV.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
So Marcel spot a small figure from afar. Eugene's little sister. I want you far away from that child. Poor child. She went to the hospital to find her brother. They say Eugene came back. Do not lie to the girl. I mean, he's not lying, but he's avoiding telling her that he came back, but dead. Oh, she's saying, but he's not back. They didn't bring Eugene back. All they brought back was a box. Okay, oh no. So she saw the box, but she doesn't understand Eugene's inside of the box. Oh no, this hurts. Poor child. I swear this is why I don't like Marcel. I want to see how he does in the light novels before I continue with my hatred towards him. Do not describe Shin as this Reaper who casually walked away from Eugene. You don't know how he feels. You never ask, you never care to say, hey man, are you okay? But no, you just were so filled with the thought of, oh my god, he's a monster from the Republic. I don't respect this guy. I understand where he's coming from. Like looking at these people, like, killing all of those machinians, and they act so casual about it because they're just so used to this. They cannot, like, they're not allowed to even grieve. I think that was one of the laws that the Republic established, that they were not allowed to grieve properly. Emotionally speaking, they were manipulated into feeling in a certain way to be this apathetic individual. So this guy is just judging them. I don't like him. Like, bro. Ooh. Okay. Haha. Let me continue. So you do know that Shin shot Eugene in the head, so the Legion couldn't take Eugene. Let the judgment go. His actions made it so Nina never got to say goodbye to her brother. He had technically returned home, but she was unable to associate the event with his death. Had he even considered the possibility before he pulled the trigger? You 86, you're even capable of shooting a friend to death without batting an eye, just like a Reaper. Bro, he's just assuming everything. Okay, let me try to put myself in Marcel's shoes for a second. Okay. I can accept the fact that you have questions. What I cannot understand, how he goes from those questions to say, hey,
let me manipulate Eugene's little sister into thinking it was Shin's fault.
And that girl said ᴛ letters. Like, I don't know how many letters, but she sent him like a few, and that sent ᴛ into rock bottom as well. It fed into his guilt, and this was because of Marcel. Guys, I'm really trying to understand myself. I really am, but I'm failing to do so. Marcel's is like feeling Nina's gaze, filled with all those questions like, where is Eugene? Why? Like, why didn't you save my brother? It was him. He didn't save him. He didn't protect him. They were friends, but he still chose the cold, unfeeling red leaf over him. He abandoned Eugene. Accused him, not me. He was the one who killed Eugene. And it was then that Marcel finally understood. He looked down on the citizens of the Republic of Saint Magnolia, seeing the discrimination and persecution they forced onto the 86 as inhumane barbarism. But now he understood the reason. When people are faced with the unreasonable and the unfair, they have to shift the blame away from their own helplessness and make it someone else's fault. Eugene was, as the words spilled from his mouth, Marcel was unaware of the rigid, malevolent smile that played over his lips. I hate him so much. I hate him. So he's assuming the Republic's mindset into, you know what? I finally understand how the Republic, mind worked. Since they couldn't accept the fact they lost because they didn't have the technology to actually defeat the Legion, they shifted the blame to someone else, which in this case was the 86. So he actually is doing the same thing because I couldn't do anything. Let me shift the blame to ᴛ. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I really don't care. I don't like you. I will never like you. And you know what? For a moment, I thought, okay, maybe I can finally understand his reasoning, but maybe he's just a bad person. I wasted minutes of my life reading your POV. And you know what? Maybe this is a confirmation of why I don't like you. They're talking about the Republic and saying that if they were in the Confederacy situation, they would probably run as quickly as they can because they cannot fight their own battle. Theo literally got sad for a moment and said, if something did happen to them, I wonder if the mayor's still alive. I tried to contact you through the parade, but you wouldn't respond. That's not how you usually fight, is it? No, because Crazy ᴛ is coming back. So Frederica is suggesting that they, go rest. And Kuren is like, no, I don't want that. Rest? What is that? No. 86, they could hear someone spit the words out at the cafeteria. You know what? I don't like any of you. And then a soldier just enters the cafeteria saying, attention. And I am afraid the operation's been decided. All officers serving as company commander or above are to gather in the briefing room at 0900 hours. I think that's how you pronounce it, the military hours. Head into his room in the residential sector by himself. ᴛ once again sank into his thoughts. The words Theo had spoken earlier were still on his mind. If something did happen to them, I wonder if the mayor's still alive. He's still thinking about Lena. Are we surprised, people? No. There was nothing to wonder about. He was the only one who knew the truth, and there was no need to tell anyone. So he decided not to share the fact that the Republic had already fallen. Oh, he had learned the truth when he helped the Confederacy detect the Legion's movement in the territories. Okay, so he was trying to listen if the Republic was still there. So that's why he concludes Lena's dead. That makes sense though. Even if the Republic was crushed or wiped out, ᴛ felt no emotional attachment. True. But Yes, Chen. But what? Maybe someone will come to help before the Republic falls. So until then, you have to stay alive, Mayor. Mayor, could you please never forget us? If we die, even for just a short while, could you? But it seems Shin ended up being the one to remember. He couldn't help but think that he was always the one left behind. Everyone he spoke to, everyone he was ever involved with, sooner or later, he and everyone he ever got close to will be parted by death. I am in pain. Don't leave me behind. She was the one who said that. So why? Why did even she leave him behind? Guys, how am I supposed to survive this volume? Reading Shin's thoughts about Lena, it makes so much sense, I suppose. How and whenever they do meet, it's so overwhelming for him to be near her. That man failed so hard for her. I think my only concern is maybe the possible codependency he can develop for Lena. Let's say they do get in a relationship together, but what if, for example, they get separated again? What will happen to Shin then? Because he will already know how it feels to be with and without Lena. Shin paused, noticing an envelope inserted in the gap under his room door. Is this those letters? Nina Rants. I need to breathe. This is the start of my pain era. Okay. He opens the folded piece of paper and there were 2 lines written on it. Let's see what it says. Why did you kill my brother? Give him back. And then Shin felt a cold, thin smile play over his lips. He didn't know who had delivered the letter. I do, freaking Marcel, considering it was someone who knew both Shin and Eugene and knew what had happened to Eugene. The options were fairly limited. Does Shin know who was it? He hadn't seen him since the large-scale offensive, but he was still alive. He really did have a lot of free time. So Shin knows. Oh, Marcel deserves a punch so badly. You can hear the voices of the Legion. You're so strong. You always survive like that, so why? He died, so why didn't you? He had grown sick and tired of the blame. In the end, the only one who can take responsibility for one's life is oneself. Having people hold him responsible for not protecting those who could not protect themselves felt absurd. Yes. But there was one difference this time. I was waiting for him. That voice of condemnation was the voice of that little girl he had met only once. And for some reason, it also felt like Eugene's voice. I was waiting for him to return. And you knew I was waiting. So why? Why didn't someone like you, who has no one waiting for them, why didn't someone like you, who has nowhere to return to, die in his place? Good question. I'm liking this. Okay. This whole scene was so good. Oh, Rating found Shin. Hey Shin, what's wrong? When he saw Shin's blood-red eyes turn to him, a shiver ran through Rating's body. Oh, he knows something is wrong. Nothing. There was something very eerie about his stone, but Shin probably didn't realize it. Yep. Crazy Shin is here, guys. We're not even halfway through this volume. And I think Shin literally is dead right now. He doesn't exist. He's officially dead.
Sometimes you have to take a break from being the kind of boss that's always trying to teach people things. Sometimes you have to just be the boss of dancing.
Rating just came to inform him that the meeting was still happening, but something changed. they are only calling, I think it's Greth, to the lieutenant office. Shin's red eyes narrow at the implication. They know. The operation's primary objective is infiltrating the old high-speed railway and eliminating the Morpho. After the Morpho is eliminated, the strike force is to defend the terminal until the main force arrives and then link up with them and return to base. We have decided the strike force... He tore his single-eyed gaze from Greth and instead fixed it on Shin, who stood behind her. So Shin and the others are meant to kill the Morpho, defend the place until the main force decides to arrive, and then return back to base? That's assuming any of them will be alive by the end of this. Oh yeah, we have decided the strike force will be helmed by First Lieutenant ᴛᴜɪᴛᴛᴇʀ, along with 15 units of their Nordlicht squadron. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you all so much. Shin's expression remained unchanged. Yes, because we already know he's dead inside thanks to that letter. Thanks, Marcel. I'm sorry, I shouldn't blame everything on Marcel. I think Marcel was the last drop on the mental breakdown for Shin. You will be the spearhead that breaks through the Legion's defenses in the greatest joint operation in the history of humankind. Did you have to use that word, spearhead? Thank you for bringing up old trauma. When he considered what this strike force was established to do, the metaphor using his former squadron's name rang like a very hollow joke in his ears. Or perhaps it was said on purpose, in which case the irony was far too cruel. I am so angry. I am so angry at how unfair this is. Oh yes, the boss was actually telling Greth what was the criteria for sending Shin and the others to kill Morpho. The only way to kill the Morpho was doing a ground attack. And of course, they can't use the Bangandars because they're heavy. And I think there was another reason. Let me see. Oh yeah, because of Shin's power. Because he can track where the Morpho is. Yeah, that's why. And Greth is getting angry because of it. Yeah, Greth, they're going to use shit. I mean, I don't know. It's like the Federacy and the Republic, I don't like either of them. The question is who to choose out of the two lesser evils, because they're still doing the same thing. They're still like sending the 86 to these missions, the impossible ones. So yeah, I think it's basically the same thing. The only difference is that the Republic actually made it very explicitly, made laws about it, that hey, you actually a group of people that we loathe. And the Federacy, it's using pity instead. And they don't want pity. They meaning the 86. But that's their way of putting it. And it's obviously uncomfortable to them, which is valid. We're not telling them not to return. We are not the Republic. Well, maybe you're not on the surface, but deep down, you're doing stuff that it's similar, like I said. What is the likelihood of the Nordlicht squadron's safe return from this operation? Someone has to do it. And in that regard, the Major General once again turned his gaze to Shin. You already have experience infiltrating Legion territory. You've done it once, surely you'll be able to do it a second time. And regardless of that, you 86 seem rather infatuated with combat. It's not because they want to. They were forced to it. We gave you a place to live and a home to return to. Do not fucking say that. And if in spite of that, you still chose to return to the battlefield, surely you're prepared for this as well. Battle is a warrior's duty, a soldier's duty, and dying in battle is part of that duty. I need Lena. Give me Lena. I bet if Lena was there, she can put that man to his place. I swear. Wait, did we just get the name of Shin's parents. When it's a blasted child born from mixing the blood of the two greatest monsters the Imperial Army has ever known, the Crimson Witch, Micah, and the Ebony General Nosen. Are those his parents? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, wait. Oh, let me write that down. Sticky notes. This is my few notes of the 86 light novels from volume 1 until now. That's it. Oh, so Greth is saying to him like, hey, you don't have to go. I'm just going to send someone else. And Shin is getting angry. Give me emotion, Shin.
Give it to me.
You're telling us to stop being who we are just so you can satisfy your sense of justice and take pity on us? Oh, so it's been 6 months since he was shook by the Confederacy, and Greth is saying she has never seen an expression like that before on him. We're grateful that you saved us, but there's no reason for you to pity us. No reason we should be told not to fight, because fighting, and then he screams in his head, because fighting is all we have. They were robbed of everything save the pride they took in, fighting for their lives until the very end. Exactly. If you take that pride, it's like taking away part of his identity. So it's very insulting to say, hey, why are you fighting? It's like, bro, want to ask that again? Come on. Wow. In that battlefield of certain death, luck between mechanical ghosts on one end and their persecutors on the other, their pride, their drive to fight on was the one thing keeping them from falling into despair. Shin is a poet. Shin averted his blood-red gaze. His eyes will not meet hers again. Giving orders from the rear will result in a potential fatal time lag. I will lead the strike force directly. Oh, that was powerful. That was so powerful. You know what? This scene, it's better than in the anime, because we got Shin's monologue and we also got a little bit of Greth's mindset as well. How she actually is self-reflecting on the Confederacy's actions and words to the 86. I like that. You know, I think in my previous video I was hating a lot on Greth because I was getting frustrated, because obviously at the time they didn't know about Shin's powers and all of this stuff. But I'm glad they're bringing this up through Greth, and I like that. Okay, so we are in Ernest's POV, and I believe the boss from earlier came down to Ernest's office to inform him like, hey, this is the plan. So we are also sending your adoptive children to the war. And he's commenting that, hey, I know these are your adopted children, however, we cannot give them special treatment since they willingly enlisted to the army. And Ernest, it's like, I am aware. I was prepared for this from the moment they wished to enlist, and I gave them the go-ahead. It will be unacceptable for me to send my country's soldiers to their deaths, but spare my children the same fate. Perhaps Ernest's detached tone made the commander feel pangs of guilt. He coughed dryly before continuing. I do believe that as a campaign to raise morale, it's hard to find a better story than this. Children we rescue from adversity at the hands of an enemy nation, choosing to risk their lives in an operation that hangs the fate of the Confederacy in the balance. And to have them volunteer to lead the charge in the riskiest unit, it's a heart-wrenching tale, the kind that citizens will love. Depending on how we publicize it, it could have a very positive effect on our enlistment numbers, not to mention your approval rating. Is he fucking serious talking about that right now? Ah, wait. Ernest is asking, Lieutenant General, are you sure this operation is not a continuation of the disinfection you attempted a year ago? Daddy Ernest, The line I was mentioning about the countless battle scars on their bodies, referring to the 86. I wonder how many scars everyone has. Oh, Frederica actually knows about the mission. I thought I took off my raid device. You were watching us? Oh, she used her power to listen to the meeting. Shen is Loki going to kill her. Oh no. It was a military secret, Shen, but Frederica said, screw that, I'm just going to watch that. Okay, so Shen wants her to go back to the capital where Ernest is, and she's like,
A mascot is held captive by her soldiers. I cannot return even if I wanted to. But why are you telling me to go back? Was it not you who said you did not wish for others to decide your way of life for you?
I also said you'd be better off not getting needlessly involved with other people's deaths. I am really liking this volume, guys, to be honest. Like the pacing of it, I think it's going a lot more better compared to volume 2. Oh, okay, so Shen is telling her like, hey, I have already heard his voice, so I don't need you. And she's like,
but why? I am the one who shares the path with him. Why are you the one to go on a path of no return?
oh, Frederica and Shen are having a fight. And he's like, didn't you want us to gun down your knight? I think the truth is that you don't want it to be destroyed. She didn't respond back. That's all the more reason for you to leave and forget about all of this. You don't want to become like us, do you? Oh, Frederica pushed him and she's screaming.
After you went into the battlefield with the goal of finishing off your brother's ghost and succeeded, why would you tell me to not do the same with my knight? Why am I forbidden from accomplishing my goal?
Thinking back on it, he realized that he and Frederica were indeed different. He had to take his brother out no matter what he had to do to sacrifice to do so. Frederica finally lost her temper and shouted,
I am telling you not to go, so obey me, you insufferable idiot.
her red eyes filled with tears as she glared at him.
Surely you regret not having said these words to your brother, do you not? You still regret saying nothing and watching him leave for the battlefield he will never return from, do you not? Then why do you do the same thing your brother did? Why must you force the same painful experience your brother put you through on me?
So powerful. Jeez. Okay, continue. Shit. Frederica.
I do not wish to lose another brother. I do not want you to die as Kitty did. I do not wish for anyone else to die, so please don't go.
Fuck. This is so heartbreaking. This really is heartbreaking. Oh, jeez. Oh no, there's an illustration. Fuck this shit. Oh no, my poor babies. Oh my gosh. This is so sad. Wow. And you know, it's even funny that it's just Frederica and Shen. Imagine this type of discussions between between Shen and Lena. Like, I think it will be more angsty, you know, and I'm so ready for it. So we are inside of Gret's head right now, and she's having a conversation with the boss. Oh, I like this. So the boss, it's saying to Gret about Shen, you really think a blood-soaked sword that's been forged in the flames of war and sharpened on the souls of the fallen will be able to understand human compassion. And Gret says, once upon a time, we made that same gamble, Richard. And back then, I won. Don't grow overly attached to that thing, Gret. Excuse me, do not call Shen a thing, thank you. You're just seeing the image of someone else in him, someone you've lost, someone you'll never be able to get back. Gret, what's your story? What happened to you? Talk to me about it. Okay, so Gret replies, yes, I am, but what's so wrong with that? So Shen reminds you of someone. I wonder who that be. Oh, so Gret is saying to Richard, to the boss, like, hey, those transport helicopters are not worthy of carrying my cute Valkyries to their big performance. Give me permission to deploy her. And he's like, Her? Grete gave a small nod. On the left breast of her uniform shone the winged emblem of a pilot, and she would not remove it even if the very fabric was torn off. The ᴛᴡɪᴛᴛᴇʀ. I pronounced it so wrong. Wait, the ᴛᴡɪᴛᴛᴇʀ. ᴛᴡɪᴛᴛᴇʀ. I finished chapter 6 finally. Oh my gosh. And in time, because the light, it's gone basically. So anyways, I will see you soon, guys, for chapter 7.